don't want to come to this planet and not live in our highest timeline. What's the point in that? They'll kick you the fuck out. They don't give a shit where you go. You've likely come to a similar conclusion because you're vibrating in my field. Maybe I'm adding a bit more of a perspective for you. So slavery, that did not go away at all. It just came out of the light and it moved from a minority to a majority. And how has it done that? Well, if you have a look at the wealth gap, which I'm going to provide here, only a small percentage of the population own a nice amount of wealth. And if we're looking at that 12%, yeah, then, and not all of that 12% are truly free because they'll have their own prisons that they've created for themselves, and maybe they're a part of the wider prison of the agenda. However, if we just keep it at that, 12% are fully free. Let's look at it, of the whole global population of 8 billion people. More than 50% own less than 2%, I believe it said, of the world's wealth. So the majority of the population are still slaves. And they don't even know it because they're given the guise of freedom in the sense of, you know, they're free to live their lives and have families and no one's controlling them in the meh and actually beating them and telling them what to do for work. However, within the system, there's confines in that system to be able to generate an income, and most of the time that income's shit. It doesn't go with inflation. The majority of people are struggling. So this is where the slavery's at now, right? And what they're looking to do is they're looking to tighten that form of slavery, and this is why everything's going on in the world right now that it is. Inflation's going up even more, gas prices are going up, things are climbing, but salaries not. So all of these companies are getting all of this money from prices rising because they're rising their prices. They're getting all of this money, but what about the people, right? And they're still staying in that loop. For me, it makes no sense. I started breaking out of that loop in 2017 and I've not had a job since 2018, and I have a business asset within my water machine that I simply share with people. So I'm on that road of getting out of slavery in that sense, and I'm away from the Western system. I have been since 2020. However, there's more work for us to do. It's like, yes, we have a business asset. Yes, everyone needs this, clean living drinking water. Okay, now let's get other assets like land and gold where we've paid it off, yeah? This is my next route. I'm not really intuitively totally into crypto. I'm going to see how that goes. However, land and resource for us to live is what we want to work towards. And we want to work towards that without having any debt, right? Because people, I own property, I own this. All right, you want a mortgage? Because if you're on a mortgage, then you don't own it. The bank owns it. And if you don't pay for it for whatever reason, because of inflation and your salary not going up and you being really pushed to the edge that way, you haven't got a home, darling. You haven't got a home. They'll kick you the fuck out. They don't give a shit where you go. So it's really important that we become true homeowners and landowners in the sense that we haven't got mortgage and debt. So we need to clear all of this, right? How do we do it? We come together and we support each other in a community model where everyone that leads themselves wins. Now, the way that I build my business is completely different to everyone and anyone else, right? The important thing is that you find your own way to build your business in a way that feels comfortable. And there will be a way. Get that meh out of your head as if, oh, it's not for me. Of course it's for you. You drink water every day, right? You love community. Everyone loves community. If you say you don't love community, then you've got some wounds there that you get to work through because you're a social creature. And when you're in a community that's nourishing and supportive and uplifting, that fully sees and hears you and reveres you in your power, your medicine and your magic, you're gonna love community. So there's everyone drinks water. We love community because it's social. We're social creatures. We love freedom because then we get to do whatever the fuck we want to do at whatever time of day, and we can share our time with our families and ourselves and the people that we love, right? So freedom. And we love to be able to do what we want when we want. So we love wealth. We love to create the abundance around us, right? And we also love sovereignty. Many people are not sovereign in their life because they're being controlled, oppressed, manipulated, extracted from something, whether it be the system or people. They're abandoning themselves the majority of the time. So we've got to create sovereignty for ourselves in every single area of our life. And this, my darling, this is how we create freedom and we truly break free from slavery. So when you're ready, I'm here. I've got everything you need. And what we do is we work together to reclaim our sovereignty in all of the ways, reclaim our power in all of the ways, and create the monetary wealth that we so desire. Your number is going to be different to my number, which is great. Find a number that works for you. We'll work together for you to work towards it. And ultimately, by me supporting you, it supports my wider vision of this global movement of true health, true freedom and sovereignty. I support you with the vision that you have and what it is that you desire out of life, the freedom you want, the wealth you want, the happiness you want, everything, absolutely everything, because we can have everything in our life that we want. We do not have to sacrifice anything good for us. Yes, we have to sacrifice stuff that's keeping us away from our highest, but of course we want to do that. We don't want to come to this planet and not live in our highest timeline. What's the point in that? Well, I don't anyway. That's not what I came here for. So if you're feeling it, you know where I am. Message me. Let's fucking go. True freedom.